Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi wa salatu wa salamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsanin ila yawmiddin, amma ba'd. My dear brothers and sisters who are viewing this video, may praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and may his blessings go straight forward to our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Well, it has been a while, but as we know, we've all got weaknesses. Sometimes we fail to be persistent with whatever we do, but thank Allah that we've gotten an opportunity to sit here again and talk about different issues about the life. You know very well that in life we undergo different stages. We are tried, we are tasted. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we know very well, that he said, وَلَنَبِلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ إِلَى آخِرِ الْآيَةِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already promised that we shall be tested. And therefore, we well know that many of us undergo a lot of problems, a lot of hardships in life. But what do? When something happens in your life, when something bad comes to you, when a problem approaches you, how do you manage it? How do you handle the situation? By the way, the problem is not what is surrounding you, but the problem is what is inside you. You are what happens in your life. For example, if you know that in life you are living a life full of hardships, you don't have money, you don't have this, you don't have knowledge and so on. So that is what is surrounding you. But inside you, it is a different person. There is a different environment. So you are the one to determine what happens in your life. If you decide that you want to live a life full of hardships, trust me, you will live it. But in case you want to live a happy life, you want to enjoy life in a proper manner, in a proper way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permitted us to live, trust me, you will be able to. In one of the one hadith coming from Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, said that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that Inna Allah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in one hadith, Inni inda dhanni bi'abdi bi, inda dhanni abdi bi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say that for me, talking about himself, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator of the universe and its sustainer, that I am what my servant, my slave thinks of me. I want you to sit down and ponder about that statement coming from the creator, from the person who made you what you are. If he says that I'm that thing that you think about me, what you think of me. إذا ذكرني في نفسه ذكرته في نفسي. If he remembers me, if he mentions my name, I will mention in his heart, I will mention his name in my heart. What do you think of that? It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminding you. In life, we've seen many people, they do suffer, they do face a lot of hardships, but they want the problems to own them. If you want the problem to observe you, you want this problem to come inside, deep into your affairs, trust me, your life will be like that. Your life will be full of problems, will be problematic. Why? Because you've accepted it to take over your life, to own your life. Others even end up saying that this is my fate. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made my destiny to be like this. I'm supposed to be suffering. I'm supposed to be like this and that. I'm supposed to be broke. No, my brother. That is a wrong perspective. It is you yourself. You've got to struggle. You've got to do your best to see that you attain what you want. Well, We know very well that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the sustainer, and He is the one who passed the qadar, but still He wants us to make sure that we struggle. As-sa'i wajib. We are supposed to make sure that if you want something, go for it. Fight hard to see that you get that. But if you proclaim poverty on you, you proclaim sickness on you, you proclaim anything bad in your life, that is what you will be. Your life will always be like that. Like, for example, a common word in our societies, they always say, Nze ndi munaku. You're calling yourself Oli Munaku, meaning you're poor. But trust me, if you call yourself that name, by the way, I have one friend of mine who doesn't want to hear somebody saying, you know what, I'm so poor, I'm so broke. He doesn't want to hear that. Just say, no, right now I don't have money, but yeah, I know I will get. But having that attitude, that mentality that that is how your destiny is, trust me, you are damaging yourself. You're damaging your future. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said it Himself, that what you think of me, it is what I will be in your life. Because He is the one who is supposed to give you. But if you think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made your destiny to be poor, to be suffering, then that means that is how you're going to live. But trust me, we've got to have a positive attitude. We've got to make sure that we fight hard, we struggle to have a good life. We have to make sure that we work hard to get to where we are supposed to be, to where we want to be. Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma biqawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never change a state of a society until the society changes the way they behave. Your behavior matters a lot. If a problem comes, face it. Don't hide. Many of us, once we have problems, what we do? We go into our beds and we start crying every now and then. But this does not help us. Let us face the problem. Let us fight that problem to ensure that it goes away. We all know that it is not the first time we're having this kind of situations in life. You've suffered before. You've lived hungry. You've been on an empty stomach before. But if you fight hard and you know very well that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the changer of situations, trust me, your life will change. And you know very well that if you rely upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you work hard, definitely He will do His best to ensure that He gives you what you need, what you deserve. There is one hadith where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say that لو أنكم تتوكلون على الله حق توكله لرزقكم كما يرزق الطير يغدو خماصا وتغدو خماصا وتروح بطانا. The Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his messenger said, the messenger of Allah is the one I'm talking about, say that if at all you relied, if at all you decided to put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will give you the sustenance. He will give you the provisions the same way He provides for the birds. Look at a poor bird. The bird wakes up from its nest in the morning, but what happens? تغدو خماصا. It leaves the nest. Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah. It knows that it has to rely onto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to put its trust in Allah, the creator, its creator. So the bird leaves the nest, goes early in the morning. When it goes on an empty stomach, it flies on an empty stomach. Wataruhu bitana, but it comes back home when it is full. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided for it. Then what about humankind? We be there every now and then thinking about that. Oh my God, I'm suffering. I don't know when this situation will ever end. I don't know when this will ever happen. Why? Did you create yourself? Just take an example. You have a child at home. This child doesn't work. The role that your child is playing at home is sitting, doing this and that, and then waiting for you to come to buy food, to buy this, to get the school fees and so on. But the child is not bothered at all. Then what about you? Do you think that you created yourself? No, it's wrong. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you. But if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who created you, do you think that Allah created you and never had plans for you? This is wrong. Allah has got plans for you. Everything that you do, just know Allah is there, is watching over you. Once you're suffering, just turn to Him and pray. Ya Allah, this is what I'm going through. Please change my life. Please do this. The same way as you're doing sa'i, you're working hard to make sure that you do what? You change your life. I'll just remind you of one surah in the Holy Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is Surah Al-Duha. I do believe that many of you are familiar with this surah, with this chapter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you remember there is that time when the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was facing a very hard life. He had taken a lot of time without having any revelation coming from the Almighty Allah, and his enemies were on him. He thought that maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forsaken him. He thought he had wronged. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings the verse, وَالضُّحَى, by the forenight, وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى, and when darkness comes, مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا قَلَى. I'm not giving you the exact translation, but you're just trying to get a little kind of reminder. مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا قَلَى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your creator, your Rabb, did not forsake you and does not hate you. وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرُ. In this kind of suffering, the situation you are in, that you're facing a hard life, you're not having this and that, you are living with empty stomach, you don't know what you're going to eat the next day. No, وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرُ. Allah, huwa muhawwilul ahwal, He is the one who changes situations. وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ, He will give you provisions, He will give you sustenance, and you will be grateful. You'll say Alhamdulillah. And then He reminded him, Alam yajidika yatiman fa'awa. Didn't we find you when you were an orphan and we gave you shelter? Remember, this is talking about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but put it into your picture, your own self. Put yourself in the mirror. Remember where you came from. Remember how you used to suffer, how you grew up. Sometimes your parents died while you were still young, but you were able to grow up. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enabled you to pass through all situations, and then you are what you are today. What does that mean? It means we have to trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to trust the process. Many people there always tell us, no, be calm, trust the process. Slow but sure, we shall make it, we shall make it. So I want you to be that kind of a person. Yeah, one day I'll make it. Just trust in Allah, believe in Him, pray, do what you're supposed to do, wake up early in the morning, go for work, do everything that you know in the best way possible. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not leave you alone. My dear brothers and sisters, you know that there is a lot that we've got to talk about, but time always isn't our best ally. So we can't talk about each and everything. But khairul kalami ma qalla wa dalla. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.